The Empire Tractor Corporation had its main offices in New York City, at least in the beginning, and manufacturing facilities in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at 3700 Main Street. The Empire Tractor Corporation was incorporated in the state of Delaware in mid-1946 with production of the Model 88 Empire beginning about September of that year. The tractor was designed for use as a general-purpose two-bottom plow, light-duty farm tractor. The Model 88 Empire used war-surplus rebuilt Willys and some Ford 134 cubic inch four-cylinder engines, Warner Gear T84 four-speed transmissions, Spicer Model 18 transfer case with high and low range, a PTO output with dual levers and Willys rear end. The later Model 90 tractors used a civilian 134 cubic inch Willys engine with the improved Warner Gear T90 transmission. These models also used the Model 18 Spicer transfer case, a single lever PTO output, and Willys rear end. A chain reducer was used to lower the speeds to the rear wheels, and individual disc type rear brakes were used on both models. The tractor came with a rear belt pulley, large steel deck area, toolbox, headlights, rear light, and spring shock seats. Monroe, Easy Ride, and some other brand of seats were used. Instruments included a temperature gauge, amp meter, oil pressure gauge, starter button, ignition switch, and motor speed governor T-handle. The tractor came with a straight bar hitch, which was unique and patented, as it pulled from under the center of the Empire, making an overturn nearly impossible. With a high-low range transmission, speeds were such that the tractor could be used for low-speed farm work or to make a high-speed trip to town for supplies. We believe the production of the Model 88 ended at about serial number 3000 after running out of Army surplus equipment in the early or mid-1947. Most Model 90 tractors had stamped on the data plate 8890, as the company was using up the extra 88 serial number tags. The major change between the two models was the switch from military surplus to civilian engines and transmissions. The tractor was originally made for exportation under the Marshall Plan after World War II, and we believe that nearly 3,000 tractors were sent to South Africa, Argentina, and other South American countries by mid-1947. The original plan was to export all production with no intent to compete with existing U.S. tractor manufacturers. It is believed that this deal did not go as planned and that the company was left with hundreds and possibly thousands of tractors in its inventory. The company then tried to desperately sell their product in the U.S. and Canada, mainly through distributors, but with limited success. The tractor was not built for heavy farm work. It was suited for orchard and other light-duty chores. The original asking price was $1,600. Was very high, which made it hard to sell, especially when a hard-working Ford 8N could be bought for less than $700. In the end, many hundreds of tractors were sold at giveaway prices to distributors through the U.S. and Canada. These distributors, some working through dealers, ended up selling the Empire tractor for around $700. Court records show that major production ceased in late 1947, or at best, early 1948. Orders for tractors still straggling in after this time were put together with parts and engines left over at the factory. In the end, records show that 6,587 Empire tractors were built during the short lifespan of the company. Bankruptcy proceedings were filed by the company in 1948, and the assets of the company were sold at auction in 1950. The Delaware charter was declared inoperative in 1951.